Okay, hello everybody. Just going to take the attendance part. So, one line. Hope everyone is possible. Okay, I'm done with the attendance. And So let's first talk about actually we've um, finished the whole main chunk of the course. So what we are going to do is that we are going to talk about how the digital marketing arena exists in Pakistan. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to share a link with you. Okay. I've shared a couple of links. Uh, so firstly, let's talk about that what is going to happen in the next month. We are going to actually finish our course. Uh, Maybe this is the last class. Maybe we will have another class. I'm not sure. I have to ask my HOD. But our course will be done till now, and we have covered all the main platforms with which we can do digital marketing. We have covered the social media, Facebook, we've covered Twitter, we've covered LinkedIn, we have talked about SMS, WhatsApp. We have talked about email marketing, website marketing, SEO, YouTube, how to make a channel on YouTube, how to upload, what to upload. All of those things we have covered, how to do this keyword search using the tools that I have given you, how to use Google Trends. So we've pretty much covered the main topic. If I get enough time, I will record some videos related to Quora marketing, Pinterest marketing, and I will also share them in the Google Classroom, so you will get some material on that as well. Uh, Now, we are, you must already know that are going to have our exam held in June, sometime in June. I'm not sure when because it hasn't been decided yet, but sometime in June we are going to have our exam, and it looks like that the exam is going to be online in some way, and that is not being actually communicated yet. How is that going to happen, but maybe you will be given a certain time zone in which you will come online and then you will take your exam. And if there is a problem, then you can take a makeup exam later if you have an internet connection problem or something like that. But what is expected is that you will be given a time slot in a particular time for 3 hours, and then you will be taking the exam online. Now, it's not a matter for you guys because actually I wanted to have an online exam for you anyway, even if we had physical exam. I wanted the exam for you to be online because you are doing, you are studying something that is purely done online. So, how are we going to do it? How is the paper made and all of that? We don't need to go and discuss in detail, but I can tell you this much that when I'm going to design the examination paper, it will be something about your how to do a certain a campaign online. So, for example, what I can do is that I will give you a certain topic or a certain product or a certain campaign, and then I will ask you to make a YouTube channel on it, and I will ask you to make a Facebook page on it, and then I will ask you to make a flyer on it. I will ask you to make a free website on it, and you will do all of those things within that time zone. You make a website, you get the point, you make a Facebook page, put up a post, you get those points. So it will be a pretty straightforward exam, not much variation in there, which means that most people will get an average good mark, which means highly unlikely that anybody will fail. If they don't do anything, then they will obviously fail. But if they do anything, they will probably get good marks. So it's not a matter of marks, and I always hope that the students do not study for marks because this course and any other course will only help you in your life, but the grade will not matter at all in your life. So try to just go through the things that we have done in the last couple of months, so you will understand what to do, how to do it. And I will just give you 6 questions maybe. Let's say a question is that you have to make a Facebook page on this thing and make a campaign on this, make a video on this, make a YouTube channel on this and put up a video on it, link it to Facebook, share it on Twitter. So you have to quickly sign up on these things and make these profiles and make these things. So you should be very comfortable doing this very quickly. Okay. So that's the idea. That is how we are going to have our exam. It is not much twist in there. So just be ready for that. But beware that your assignment, your project, and your assignment and your quiz marks are very crucial because they are amount to 50% of the marks the final is 50%. You may get good marks in the final, but if you don't do well in the assignments and all, then I will not be able to help you much. So, about the final report, number one, the report is supposed to tell you tell everything about what you have done in your campaign, whatever your main platform was, how did you do it, uh, and how did you um, make that campaign, how did you make a channel or any Facebook page, how did you promote it, what achievement did you what did you achieve simply, for example, you achieved certain to have certain followers or certain likes or certain subscribers on your channel or certain subscriptions, whatever your achievements were as your targets as chosen by yourself at the start of the campaign. I asked you to choose these targets. So I will match your performance versus those targets. So you have to mention the original target that you mentioned on the Google Classroom in your report, that this was our campaign, these were our targets, and this is how we achieved our target. You have time till 7th June, so you still have about 20 days or so to push it up. If we have more time, then I can extend the deadline till the final exam. If I get to know actually when the exam will be conducted, then I can do that. But try to do it by 17. Okay, so the report is going to just tell me how you did it, or what efforts were made by you in your Facebook. So you have to make a report on MS Word. Just take screenshots of the things that you have done. Like for YouTube channel, you take a screenshot of the channel subscriptions, put it there on MS Word. Or you can make a PowerPoint if you want. Doesn't really matter how you do it, as long as you communicate what you have done. So the report can be in PPT, it can be in MS Word, it can be crazy, it can be anything. Doesn't matter. So that's about the final report. If you have any question about the final report, you can ask. Also, I may be putting up some more quizzes because we only have had 2 quizzes, and some of you have not submitted a quiz in that. So it will be bad for your marks if you haven't submitted that. So I'll try to put up more quizzes another time. Yeah, good question. All the group members will submit the same report with yes, that's true. But the way you have to do it is that you you will have to submit your report individually, which means that once your report is complete, then you send it to all your members, and every member will submit it from their own account on Google Classroom. Even if your report is there by your other group members and you have not submitted it, I will not count it. I have to see the number of turned in reports as everybody has turned it in. I have to make sure that. Good question, but keep on searching. You will find it till in In fall 2020, you will know this report. No need to change the format or layout. Just give the same report, but submit it. Submit it from your own account, because that's the proof that you have submitted it. And it's not just up to me alone that I see your submission. The Google Classroom is shared with every HOD and the management, so they will also see if the assignments are actually being submitted or not. So if I give you any marks and your submission is not there, it will be trouble for you and me both. So I cannot do that. I have to see your submission on time. You cannot change your campaign now at the end of the semester. No. No changing in any campaign. If anybody has any problem with the campaign, they should have talked about it before. You didn't talk about it the whole time. But please check the Google Classroom. You will understand what I'm talking about. Okay. So that is that about the exams and the final report. And I don't think there is anything else. So yeah, I will be probably be there from the first week of June. We will be going to the university. So if you have anything that you want to ask, or you can contact me there as well. Okay, but be sure to email me or text me before you come, or if you have anything that you want to discuss face to face. So yeah, I was talking about today we have to talk about the digital marketing field of Pakistan, which means that how is it working, how is digital marketing being done. So we have to understand that as well. Now, here's the thing. We have, I have uploaded an updated outline um, and also a sort of a book on the Google Classroom. So it's a kind of a pocket book where it has a lot of things that might help you in the future as well. Obviously, whatever you have learned is more from the videos, uh, but still it might help you in some learning. Okay. Acha. So how is digital marketing being done in Pakistan? Now, digital marketing is a bit different from other ways of marketing like advertising and brand activation. Now, typically, when it comes to advertising in Pakistan and anywhere in the world, we have advertising agencies. Now, how do these advertising agencies work? Now, these advertising agencies, they work in this way that they are independent agencies. They are contacted by the advertiser or the brand or the company who wants to advertise on a certain medium. Usually the mainstream medium like television or radio or newspaper, a magazine, and then they ask the advertising agency to come up with an idea. Then the advertising agency comes up with an idea, what to advertise, how to advertise, all of those things. And then if the advertising agency has the capacity to shoot the advertisement, then they do it themselves or they hire a vendor and then they shoot the thing, shoot the advertisement with the help of a vendor, and then they give it to the brand or the company. So this is how it happens for the conventional media like television or radio. Usually, the same advertising agency makes these commercials for television and radio and press at the same time. They are the same company that makes it. When it comes to brand activation or BTL, then we see that there are some advertising agencies that have their own brand activation. They have their own activation agencies as affiliates of these advertising agencies. So, sometimes we have these BTL agencies that are they are not actually affiliated with anybody. They are just doing only BTL, like Bullseye or Bottom Line or these Contact Plus, Helium. These are these BTL agencies, advertising agencies. You might know already JWP and Prestige, and then we have there are many Adform. So all of these advertising agencies, these work, they might be affiliated with BTL agency or they might not be. So these BTL agencies, then they work for brand activation. Now when it comes to digital, we see that we have some, it is just like BTL, but it is, the arrangement is like BTL, but a bit different in this sense that some of the advertising agencies have their own wing that work on digital. So it becomes easier to manage for the brand that once they give the advertising contract to a certain agency, then they also deal with the digital part with the same company. But usually, but it's not always the case. The reason is that digital marketing is a matter of a daily or regular thing as compared to advertising. In advertising, you ask a company to make an ad, they go and they make an ad and they come back and they give it to you and then it's over. While in digital marketing, you have to give your work on a daily basis. You have to put up posts, you have to put up content, you have to promote the company. So it's not a matter of going there and just doing it and submitting it, but it's a regular 365 days submission. So the way that digital marketing agencies work is a bit different. They usually say, for example, that you are hire a digital marketing agency. So what they will do is that they will ask how much your work is, and then they will ask you um, um, what expertise level is required. For example, how many platforms are you going to use? So you say that I want Twitter and I want Facebook and I want YouTube and I want Instagram. So they will say that, okay, will have to hire two people for this job. And one will handle all your Facebook and Twitter, and the other will have Facebook and Instagram, and the other will handle the YouTube and Twitter. So we will hire them for regular monthly salary of 50,000. So we will give 1 lakh rupees monthly for uh, this work. So it will be a monthly regular fixed amount that the digital agency charges. So that's called what they call the retainer, because they retain the customer every month, unlike the advertising agency, in which the advertising agency just gives a campaign and the contract might be over for that time after that campaign. So, but in case of digital marketing, they have to retain the customer, and the digital marketing remains the same throughout the year at least. Now, when this happens, it means that the company will have to choose a digital marketing agency that they can easily coordinate with all the time. That's why there are many independent digital marketing agencies. Now, one reason is this, that we don't really work in the same way as the advertising agency. So it doesn't matter if the advertising agency and digital marketing agency is the same. Also, you don't have to have a large setup for a digital marketing agency as advertising agencies do. They need to have large teams to work on different aspects of advertising. They need to be affiliated with some advertising association or some other affiliation with some other advertising agency abroad. But in case of digital marketing, you can just do it in a simple cubicle as well. You start a business of digital marketing in a small room with one laptop, and that can still work, because when you work on these things, you don't need to have huge softwares or these huge boardrooms for meetings and all of that. You just need to have a good mindset of digital marketing, and then you can start this thing on your own. So that is what I would like to encourage in you guys as well, because you have learned significantly about digital marketing. We can also do this, that we can open our own digital marketing agency. I would encourage you, highly encourage that you start your own digital marketing agency. And if you have any problem, you think that there is more to learn, you can continue this learning even after the exams are over, and even after the semester. We can team up with, if somebody has worked in some part of the digital marketing, they can they can team up with the others so that they form a stronger team, get more customers, more contacts, more customers. If you want me to be in there, I can join you guys as well in any capacity. but the good part is you don't need a setup for this. You can, if you have a good internet connection, if you have a regular way to connect to the internet, you have a good system that can um, take up some software, then you are good to go. So you can do that easily. Um, so I would encourage you guys to do this and start your own digital marketing agency. So I've shared a couple of links of these marketing agencies. What you can do is that you can take those links and search for these companies. So you will understand the products and services, the services that they offer really, how much they charge, how do they charge, how large is their team, and how many clients do they have. The good part is that in digital marketing, you can target these small clients, these really small guys who like these small, even the small bakeries would like to have a Facebook page. The small saloons or beauty parlors or gyms or uh, um, even small brands that have just one retail outlet would still like to have a good working Facebook page, and they can easily spend a few thousand rupees per month to engage people because that will bring them business. So you can target a large number of small companies that would work with you in digital, and you can build up your client portfolio from that. Once you have some clients on your hands, then you can pitch your services to larger companies. And that is how it will work. So you don't, and the good part is you don't need to have a full-time, it's not a full-time job. Usually you can spend about 1 to 2 hours on and you can, post things and do anything for these clients. And 1 to 2 hours is enough. And also, interestingly, most of the things that are done by these digital marketing people is either scheduled, even if they work, they in the day they schedule it for the evening because they know the traffic is there in the evening. So they can just schedule these posts and everything according to whatever time they want. So you can do it at your ease whenever you get the time. You don't really have to be there at a certain time. You can do it while doing any other job as well. So obviously the first thing to do for you if you want to do it is to make yourself a website of your own. I will send you a couple of links for a logo making, the links that I have found to be good. They can help you make a logo in about half an hour, and you can then use that logo to move on to yeah. Obviously, what you have to just maybe use a Photoshop to enhance the quality maybe, but still it will be useful. So you can do that and make a logo, and then you can use that logo to make a website and a YouTube channel and a Facebook and all of those things. So that is about how you can start your own digital marketing agency. And then you can start pitching to people what you can do for them. First, go for these agencies, find out how much they are charging, so you know how much to price, how much to actually ask from your customers. There is one important thing that I would like to discuss about the assignment that I gave you for the cleaning up to get these people on board for to sign up for a larger team. Now, the good part is that you guys did pretty good work, and about 900 people signed up for that, which is a good thing. But there are two problems in that. Number one, when I have emailed all those people, obviously you guys must also be in there with your own sign up. So I haven't received more than about 10-15 people who have actually done the task. So out of 900, or even I had a couple of hundred before as well. So I emailed about 1,100 people, 1,100 people, and out of 1,100, only 15 to 20 have done the task. How is that possible? It means, and I got about 100 emails were returned to me with that the emails were inaccurate. So when you have asked the people to sign up on the email, about 10% of them put up wrong email. It cannot be a typing mistake that 100 people made typing mistakes in their own email. So they either did it deliberately, or I don't know, some problem with their email. But what has happened is that I've received these emails that are bouncing back to me. But the rest, even 900, have not responded. They have not done the work that was initially assigned, that they signed up for. So if you are signing up for something, you should be able to do that thing as well. Why sign up for a thing that you are not interested in? So it was either a fake sign up, just did it because you asked them to. So I'm not blaming everybody, but definitely some of you ask these people to sign up as a fake sign up, which means that you ask them to just sign up and say that you just have to put your information in there, you don't have to do anything later. Just so that you get to your 50 mark, and you get those marks out of 10. That was your objective. So here's the thing. When I asked you to make this group of people, I asked you to do it so that you get to have this kind of data that you can use to build a team that will help each other. But if you do it in a fake way, if you corrupt the spirit of the whole task, then you don't also get to get the benefits, if there are any. So I'm pretty disappointed by that actually you just did it so that you get the marks. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to give you the marks anyway. I'm going to give you the marks anyway. I'm not even going to check who did how much. You just wanted the marks, you'll get the marks. And you will grow up and you will start working for real things in the world, then uh, we'll see if we deserve to get the real thing. So meanwhile, we just won the Mars analysis. Interestingly, another thing happened is that um, the subscriptions for the channel that I saw, they went up to by about 20 or so, and then they went down again to by 5 or 6, which means that some people subscribed to these channels and then they went down again and they unsubscribed. So what's the point of subscribing to a thing if you are going to subscribe a week later? Just so that you get to show that you have done the task. Now, this is not going to work like that. It can't. And that's why I need to reevaluate how this whole thing will work. Definitely not the way that it is working right now. So I have to do that, and if you guys are honest enough, then we will ask those people to actually do the task. The people that you have referred, we should ask them to do the task, take their email, text them, I don't know, do it. So anyway, that's about that's it for today. We have reached time limit as well because you guys have another class at 10, I believe. So if you have any questions, you can ask. I'll just post whenever we find out when our exam will be conducted. I'll post it up. Any other videos, I'll also post them. So there are no questions. It will be 3 hours definitely because the 3 hours are for the final exam usually. So you will also get the 3 hours for this task as well. You'll see, maybe if I have the discretion of increasing the time, then I will give you more time than 3 hours to do it. How many slides? It's a good question. Someone lost internet connection, then what we will do? I'm sure there will be some SOPs related to that as well, that how, what that person should do. I know that is important. Maybe that person will take the exam later, and it will be communicated about what will happen. So Ahad is asking if the report is in PPT format, how many slides? So if you want to ask me how many slides should there be, so well then if you ask me, then you have to follow what I am saying. Okay. So my answer will be 23. You have to make 23 slides. So if you make 22 or less, then you get 0 marks. If you make 24 or more, you also get 0 marks. Because according to you, submission is all about the number of slides. So it has to be 23. Okay. If you make it on MS Word, then you have to make it for 17 pages. No, 16 and a half. If it is less than 16 and a half, then you don't get any marks. If you make it more than 16 and a half, you don't get any marks. Even if it is an infographic, it can be done, maybe it can be done in 4, but I am asking you to make 23 because you asked. So now you have to make 20. Remember the Bani Israel who asked about the cow? Now you have to do 20. Then you ask. If you ask a stupid question like that, then you get a stupid answer like that. Anybody else? If not, then we shall end this meeting, and maybe we will have a class next time, or maybe we will not. It will be Eid holidays maybe. So Eid Mubarak in advance, and I'll let you know whenever we are going to have our class. Probably on 31st, maybe. I'll let you know. Definitely. So till then, Allah Hafiz everybody.